Yeah, balance and audio Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Coach Harmon with.
Matthew Schmuck.
We are here in Noblesville, Indiana, FBU time. Got our sixth grade, Team Kentucky versus Team Indiana.
Coach, can we just talk a second
What we got?
about how immaculate this facility is?
It's beautiful.
I mean, I have never seen something like this before in a high school. And this is unreal.
Listen, this high school right here looks like a small college. It's what? One, two, three. It got about four turf football fields.
Coach, we only have 3 in my entire town where I'm from. That's it.
That's it.
I'm looking at 4 right now.
Yeah.
Unreal. But what I'm really excited for once I kind of get over the facilities here, Coach, is this great football action. We've got some of the best in the country here in the FBU National Championship. We are at the Central Regional Semifinal.
Yeah.
Ready to get going here. We've got Indiana 6th grade, Kentucky 6th grade. It's going to be a great day of football.
Definitely is. Definitely is.
So it looks like we're going to have Kentucky is taking the field first. They've got those blue tops, white pants with the white numbers on the jerseys. Indiana going black on black with, we'll call that teal
Yeah, it looks like
numbers. Electric blue sounds a little bit more football oriented. We'll rock with that for a little while.
So it looks like Kentucky is taking the ball first.
And, Coach, my favorite part of 6th grade football, we get to play the who is that? That number's small. We'll figure it out on the fly.
I got these binoculars right here. I'm going to try to get this bird's eye view in. I appreciate that.
That's $7 special right there. Some of the best on the market, I tell you.
I believe you.
So to begin the game, Indiana will be kicking it off to Kentucky. Kentucky with 2 back deep. We'll work on those numbers as we get it. It looks like number 20 for Indiana is kicking. That is Peyton Happy. And it's going to be a short return, fielded around the 35, brought out to the 42. And that's where it's going to be spotted. And Kentucky will bring the offense out 1st and 10.
Looking to see how Kentucky rolls. Indiana has a game under their belt already. Kentucky's first game this weekend. So let's see if there's any rust. You know, Kentucky actually had a scrimmage last week, so they should be all right. But with that week off, Indiana played yesterday. We'll see if that plays a part in this game right now.
And also something to keep an eye on will be the depth. It looks like there's about 3 times as many Kentucky players on that sideline as the Indiana side. As Kentucky comes out, shotgun, one to his right. It's going to be a pitch. He's hit in the backfield, brought down at the line, maybe a gain of 1 as we get that number 5. Braylon Bats Hobbs on the carry, and number 22 for Indiana, that is Joshua Hodge on the tackle. I want to go ahead and just preface, if we're a little slow getting you those Indiana numbers, we are alphabetical on our roster, not numerical, so bear with us as we'll get it. But playmakers seem to rise to the top, and those names will be said multiple times.
Definitely.
The quarterback for this Kentucky team is number 9, Cal Morgan Ridner. As him and his offense head to the line, this time under center. It's 2nd down and 9. He's got 1 behind him in the backfield. He's going to go to him. That again is Bats Hobbs. He's got clear up the middle, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kentucky. Getting the momentum going early. Finding pay dirt with 8:48 left to play in the first.
That was just, we're going to run it, check it out, and run to the strong side. Hobbs made a good play, broke a couple ankles, and left him in the dust.
So we're talking, I forgot to write down the yardage on that one, but a 65-yard run, second play of the game. If you're a fan of blue, you sure are excited about that one. Bats Hobbs with a big run up the middle.
Yeah, that was nice. Simple. Coach didn't seem like he did any real offensive check. He just check run, see how it looks real quick. No, not different sets. Went from the right to the left and worked out.
And if you're a fan of scripting plays on offense, only going too deep before the touchdown is a pretty good day. As Bats Hobbs going to get the ball again on the two-point conversion attempt. He stood up at the line and knocked backwards. This one is no good. So with 8:48 into our sixth grade contest, Kentucky up 6. Welcome back here, football fans. I'm Schmuck alongside Coach Harmon in Noblesville, Indiana. A beautiful Noblesville High School for the FBU National Championship Central Regional Semifinal. Kentucky just took 2 plays to the house to go up 6-0 over the boys from Indiana, although Kentucky unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion attempt. And as soon as we bring it out, they go to the huddle, and that's show business, baby.
You know, hey, talk it over, make sure everything's going right. Kentucky looks like they want to huddle, make sure this kickoff is going where they want it to go. Don't allow any motivation or anything going on from the Indiana team, and keep these guys under check.
I'm anxious to see what this Indiana team is going to look like on offense. I just got here today. You all have been up here for a few days already.
I'll
So
tell you this, they actually looked good yesterday. We'll see, though, against a different defensive look team. Oh, ball is sputtering. Who has it? Indiana.
Indiana comes up with it. Number 2, Antonio Maxey, able to get the deflected ball on that onside squib kick. Indiana, number 44, Kellen Stanton, the first man to touch the ball, not able to corral it in, but his teammate doing his job behind him. And the boys in black will take over. Ball spotted at their own, it looks like 47, 1st and 10 on offense.
Number 7 for Indiana looked good. Roman Wilson, name was called a lot yesterday. See if he can transfer that over to today.
Coach, is that the quarterback? It looks like
it is.
It looks like it is. A big, tall frame right there of number 7. Again, Indiana in the black on black on your screen. They are going from right to left.
There you go. Oh, ball is out.
Kentucky, a scoop and score at the 27, 20,
chance.
25, all the way in.
Touchdown, Peyton Moncrief for Kentucky.
And just like that, we've had 2 kickoffs, 3 plays in Kentucky, already finding the end zone twice.
Wow.
Big excitement here in the Central Regional Semifinal for those boys in blue so far.
That was big.
That was big right there. As Wessel, I mean, he had 2 on him before he was even really able to get a good grip on that ball and drop it back and then hit. And
they came from that backside on fire. So I was wondering how Kentucky would show up, and doesn't look like they're worried about not playing yesterday.
So Morgan Ridner, the quarterback, he hands it off.
It was actually a muff. Who picked that up?
The conversion
Giles
attempt was
Lucas.
good.
Yeah, number 20. Scooped that off the ground and just muscled his way in for that the 2-point conversion.
So Kentucky had very, very good stroke of luck to start this one up 14-0. 8:08 to start the game. Let's keep it right here, Coach. We just took it back. I'm still fresh of breath. Let's talk about this one. We've been a part of this FBU group, this Team Kentucky, this all-star type path for a number of years now.
Yeah.
What does a team have to do right here to be successful? Because a lot of these guys just met each other a couple of weeks ago, a month ago. Some teams obviously do stay together for a long time, but you've been a part of it. Your kids, you've coached it, you've been around it. Talk to me. What do we have to do putting our heads on to get ready?
First off, you have to buy in. You have to buy in. You have to be coachable, and you have to give everything you have in this. There's no tomorrow. You play like everything is today only. When kids actually do that, you have success. And we've been fortunate with Team Kentucky to have those type of kids and coaches to where everybody's bought in, and that shows with us going to Naples the last, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes, sir.
At least taking one team, and that's it right there, buying in and being coachable.
And it also shows on that sideline right there for that Kentucky squad, just the sheer amount of numbers that go into this program that each and every year. In the state of Kentucky, not a lot of teams even have sixth grade programs.
That's true.
If you're talented enough, you play up. Back on the field, we'll look at it. We've had 2 flags on the kickoff, so Indiana will take over with the penalty yardage after the second one. Neither onside kick worked. But back to our point, not a lot of teams in Kentucky even have a sixth grade program. So to look down there and to just sheer outnumber a program, I'm not familiar with the sixth grade setup in the state of Indiana, but there's a lot of kids in blue on that sideline right there.
Listen, one thing, a lot of people think Kentucky is a basketball state. We play football there too.
So Indiana back out on offense. Roman Wessel in at quarterback again. He's checking that play call armband. It looks like a pistol set.
Here comes the jet. Nope, hand off.
He gets the option read, hands it off to the back behind him. That was number 40, A.J. Depp-Neeb.
A.J. Depp-Neeb, his name was called a lot yesterday as well. He's one that we're probably going to watch and see play and make some good plays. Also, another one to watch out was Timmy Brown. Timmy Brown did well over there for Indiana. So, A.J. Depp-Neeb, Timmy Brown, and I believe Maxey, which you already talked about. Those will be names that you should hear.
So a gain of 3 on that last carry as Wessel lines back up. He's got Depp-Neeb behind him, 2 out to his left, tight end to his right. It's got to be a handoff. Depp-Neeb has it. He's hit at the line and swarmed by a slew of Kentucky defenders. It looks like number 20, Giles Lucas.
Lucas came off that edge and wasn't playing. He broke off that tackle and broke off the block, and he said, I'm going to do what I do.
So a loss of 1 on that play as Lucas leads the pack. Indiana facing 3rd and 8, their first 3rd down of the contest. Last play, first 2nd down of the contest.
Right now, Indiana has to keep the chains moving. They cannot allow Kentucky to keep this momentum. They have to do something. We're going for it on 4th down if you're Indiana, yes, but you have to make that 4th down a manageable 4th down.
So here we go now. Wessel lines up, trips to his right. It's a bunch set, 1 at running back to his right. He looks to pass. It's a screen and tipped. Almost picked off.
Number 11, Maxwell Burns. That was a touchdown.
He read that route like a children's book, Coach.
Yes, sir. That was a touchdown.
So 4th down. I'd say right now both head coaches a sigh right there. Kentucky thinking, oh, man, we could have had another one, and Indiana thinking, shoo-wee.
Yeah.
Let's just get something good going here for a minute. That was the first pass Wessel's seen, and it almost was disaster.
I tell you right now, Indiana's looking at their playmaker. Another guy that we called yesterday was Van Robinson the 4th. I'm looking for them to throw the ball on the outside to him. Actually a punt.
And we've got a flag on the field. Do believe that's going to be offsides or lined up encroachment against the defense.
Okay. What do you do now? Do you go for it? You're a little bit closer. You're in this area. I'll go for it on this one right here, bub.
I think I'd go for it here too, Coach, but a little bit of a catch-22 right there. Indiana kind of shows their hands on how they might approach that punt set with You see it quite a bit. I call it a sneak punt myself,
Yeah.
where the quarterback just kind of stays right there, and then as the snap's coming to him, he retreats a couple of yards to get that space. So, we know they've got that up their sleeve now, but Wessel heads back to the offense, or heads back to the line, facing 4th and 3 here.
Yeah, I don't think a punt does anything different than losing it right here.
A lot of movement there from the Indiana offense, kind of
Looking
switching
strong,
sides.
quarterback keep. Yes, sir. Here's a jet, maybe. Counter.
Going the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be unsuccessful.
You go with the numbers. You try to fool them on that overload one side and run counter backside. You go with the numbers on that one. I think that was they outcoached themselves on that one.
Depney was the ball carrier. He was brought down by Camden Fitzgerald of Kentucky. Turnover on downs, and Kentucky offense back out onto the field as Cal Morgan Ridner will take over for his 3rd series of the contest.
For you guys that was following me and Coach Adam, got that orange helmet out there. I wonder where the ball's going.
Sideline.
Good pitch. Oh my gosh. We got a holding call.
That's Hobbs is a heck of a, still on his feet. This
Yeah,
isn't
it
going to
is.
count, but ooh-wee.
Now I wonder if the holding was on number 10 Taylor on that wide receiver play side. He looked like he was doing a good job.
So let's find our white hat and see what the call is. White hat's wearing a black hat. That'll be fun today.
We wondered about that in Indiana. Is the white hat wear the black hat here? Because we hadn't seen a white hat.
Okay, so maybe that's just a local colloquialism, we'll call it. So we knew it was going to be holding on Kentucky, and there it
Yeah.
is officially.
Gotcha. That's a big break for Indiana.
That it is, and one they kind of desperately needed here early
Yeah.
into the first.
Yeah, they did. Just something to slow down this Kentucky offense.
So Kentucky back now all the way to their own 28. On that far hash.
Ridner comes in with the play. See what we got going on.
It's going to be a spread set now. Empty backfield. 2 to his left.
Empty
3 to
backfield.
his right.
Quick pass to the right, maybe. There you go.
There it
Little
is.
bubble
Rolls
screen.
out, but
yeah.
this one going to be short. Intended for number 7, Colt
Some might
Sturgill.
call it a tunnel. Yeah.
So incomplete on 2nd down. 2nd and 20 here.
Looks good out here. No rain, no sun, but still looks good today.
Some might even call this football weather, Coach.
Maybe, maybe.
So Morgan Ridner breaks the huddle. He's got 2 to his right there at the bottom of the screen. He's in that pistol set. 1 behind him, 2 yards off, 1 right next to him, a receiver alone at the
Little
top.
pitch, nice cut, nice run. Nice
Giles
way to finish the run, Lucas. I see you, big fella.
Number 25, Jackson Rowland on the tackle for Indiana. That pickup,
Well, Kentucky's moving. A little hurry-up offense there.
a 15-yard carry right there. Now facing 3rd and 5. We see the no-hurry offense.
Oh,
Hard count.
caught him.
And there it is.
Yes,
so a
sir.
free first down with penalty yardage.
Well, it might be a first. They might get him right at the line. Let's see what
Oh,
they
you're right. It was a long 5, so we
Yeah.
might be just a smidge. I can see the FAR officials saying first down, so there it is. But, Coach, now that I look at it, I think you were right. I think it should have been
It
3rd
should have been
and-
like
and
inches or
inches
something like
or
that.
something like that. 3rd and a hotel card maybe
There we
even.
go. I like that one. 3rd and a hotel card.
So here's Morgan Ridner now. Shotgun again this time.
2x2s. Let's see what you got going on. Maybe a A draw? Nope.
Drops back, looks to his right, now to his left, throws off his back foot. It's complete but hit.
Great open field tackle.
Loss on that play.
Number 3, Van Robinson the fourth. Talking about a play needed to be made.
Indiana gets a little momentum going there. Hopefully they can build off it if you're a fan of those boys today.
In this game, I actually expected a good game, you know. Let's see, Indiana's like, we came here, we're here, this is home to us, and we deserve to be here as well. So we'll see what Kentucky tries to do on this long second down.
So we've got trips now to the bottom side, maybe a quick screen there.
Kind of a bunch trips, let's see. There you go, quick
And
hit
it
to
is. Pass
Hobbs.
complete to Bats Hobbs. He gets a few.
Looks like he was down first. First guy there was number 44, Kellen Stanton of Indiana.
Indiana now facing third. I was going to try to lean on the PA guy right there to give me the count so I didn't have to do so myself. But we're
It's
going
all
to
right. I call
third,
it
17, 18.
third in a country mile.
Oh, I like it.
There you
I
go.
like it. As we're going to have our first timeout of the contest. I believe Indiana was the one that called that timeout. So as they talk it over, we'll do so ourselves. We'll take it a break. You're listening to FBU National Championship Central Regional Semifinal. Welcome back, football fans. Schmuck here alongside Coach Harmon. We are in Noblesville, Indiana, the FBU National Championship Central Regional Semifinal. Kentucky has the ball. Flag on the field, though.
What we got here?
Both sides move, so it's really just who was going to get it. False start on
False
Kentucky.
start on the offense.
See some hands clapping and heads nodding on that Indiana defense as things did not go their way early, but with 3:57 here, starting to get some good luck. Third and country mile, as you put it.
Country mile, baby.
So Kentucky breaks the huddle now. Morgan Ridner, 2 on each side, running back to his left.
I'm looking at Burns on this one right here, number 11.
He drops back to
Nope.
pass.
Quick screen to Hobbs.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Number 5 tackled by number 5. Timmy Brown of Indiana was the first man there.
So I know they have a 14-point lead, but it looks like right now the offensive strategy is kind of when you put the ball in the air, keep it short, keep it in the flats. We've seen some bunch screens, and that right there, just a good old traditional halfback screen. But we're really not seeing Morgan Ridner look downfield right now either, especially in this long situation.
You know, a lot of times these sixth grade teams, arm strength.
That's a good point, Coach.
It's kind of hard to throw that ball in the air that far, but obviously Kentucky with the lead, they're not looking to take those kind of shots if they don't need to as well.
Exactly. So when I thought
Now
they
you might call it off.
here.
Look at this one-on-one down here. Let's see what you got. There you go. You called
There
it out.
it is.
Number 10.
Got a shot.
Oh!
Contact in the air, but it's clean. The defender on that play for Indiana, number 28, Ethan Webb, the intended target for Kentucky, Zahaven Tank Taylor.
Yeah. That was a nice setup. You said they hadn't attacked upfield, and that's exactly where they went. They went to the tank.
And I like that play call right there too. You're up 14, not a terrible field position. I mean, you're in your own territory for sure. But 4th and long, you've got a chance to kind of put a play up. If you catch that, now all of a sudden you're a hero, and then everything's moving.
Yeah.
But when you punt, you put them in a situation where maybe 20 yards anyways.
Your defense is playing well. Your team still has the momentum. I do not disagree with that play call.
It tells your boys that you've got faith in them. And
especially when you're playing like this right here. You see what I'm saying?
So, and drop for a loss. I saw number 16 on the tackle. If I read that number right, no, it's number 18, I'm sorry. Micah Pearson. He had some help, but I didn't get that number. A loss of 3 on the carry for Indiana.
Yeah, right now Kentucky's in control of the ball on both sides. Defensively, I just think that Kentucky's playing well. Indiana just needs to get into the zone. They need to find a way to play Indiana football that they did yesterday.
And they're really just one big play away on offense from kind of settling in and breaking those nerves. As Wessel, empty backfield, 2 to each side.
There you go.
And a timeout. Yeah. That's their second. So they're going to go to the break. We'll do so as well. You're listening to live action of the FBU National Championship Central Regional Semifinal. We'll be right back. Welcome back, football fans. Schmuck here alongside Coach Harmon. We bring you back to the action of this Indiana offense. 2nd and 13. Wessel, empty backfield, 2 at the top of the screen to his right, 3
empty
to his
set
left at the bottom. He drops back, looks deep over on the right side. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, just a hair too late.
Just through the hands. I believe that intended target was number 3, Van Robinson, the 4th. Yes, that it was. A good ball. He was on target. Just Robinson, the 4th, not able to haul it in.
Tell you that was number 11, Maxwell Burns, and Burns indicated that he put straps on and saw that seatbelt sign.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he saw that ball go over his head and said, "This is a time to lay a licking," and chooses to do so. As Indiana now 3rd and 13. A similar set. Wessel alone in the backfield by himself. Sends 1 in motion to the right, now back. He drops back, looks to his right, rolls out. 2 on him and incomplete out of the pocket. So it's going to be no penalty, no harm, but not what you're looking for either.
I expected Wessel to try to show his legs, but it seems like that Kentucky defense is a little faster than they expected. You know, they're coming on him real quick. I know the coach is looking like, hey, kid, you got to get it out. But I swear it looks like he's doing everything he can do. It's just that Kentucky defense is just a lot better than they expected today.
I think you're exactly right. Wessel gets the play, breaks the huddle. Two to each side, running back to his right. It's going to be that sneak punt, and that.
Now let's see what happens right here. Did it touch a Kentucky player? Okay, so it just said it's Kentucky's ball.
So a net pickup of -1 on that punt.
Yeah.
And the woes continue so far for Indiana in this first quarter.
Well, I'll tell you this. They'd rather hurry up and get on defense because Kentucky's ready.
Kentucky in a
Back to that opening set that did so well. Hobbs bounced out. Oh, looks like a touchdown-saving tackle.
Antonio Maxey's the guy that brings him to the turf for Indiana. A pickup of 9, maybe 9.5 even. It's going to be second and short for Kentucky. Shotgun, tight end left, 2 to the top side, running back to his left as well. It's an option
Nice
pitch.
little
Bats
pitch.
Hobbs has it. He's got daylight
Good
on that
block.
far side. A
He got
flag
another
on the
holding
play.
call. Now, that holding call, I don't know, man. That holding call is on number 20, Gals Lucas, but I swear that looked like that was a legal block.
It
But
did. I thought he released right about that
perfect time. He was moving his foot and hips with him, and it's kind of a rough call, man. But it's a holding call by the Zebra.
A sigh of relief for Indiana. Is that one right there on their sideline. So officially there it is, holding on Kentucky. We'll negate the first down and push them back a little further. That line of scrimmage will be bumped back 4 yards now. 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4. I'll get it together. It's early.
It's 4. You got the 4 right. They changed it to 2nd. Yeah, got to replay it down, right?
I thought I was correct.
There you go. See, look at it. You're ahead of time, man.
So 2nd and 4 here, Kentucky with a power set under center. It's a handoff to Bats Hobbs. He's hit at the line. Got to be a little short from my vantage point.
Close. Looks like 25 seconds. They might take this to the quarter.
What a spot.
First down, Kentucky, and Kentucky's going to take this to the quarter.
So let's talk about it for a second, Coach. 14-0. You score quick on the second play of the ball game. Bats Hobbs with about a 60-yard rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
The PAT attempt was no good, and then that Kentucky defense comes back out there. First play for Indiana, hit, fumble, touchdown. Number 8 for Kentucky, Peyton Moncrief, getting it done there. Now you're up 14-0 heading into the second quarter. You've got the ball striking again.
Play your game, run the ball. Try to get away from these holding calls. Kentucky could have been up a lot more. And they got hit on that last series with holding calls and pushed them back and this and that. And right now they just recovered from another holding call. I just believe Kentucky needs to these outside receivers need to watch out how they're blocking and just continue to play the game you've been playing. If you're Indiana, you got to show some force. You got to show that you belong here. You got to make some plays, and you got to get out your head.
That's exactly right.
14, but you got 30 minutes. 14 points, you have 30 minutes. You still have a chance to get to the next round, but you have to do it one series at a time. You can't try to get everything going on one play, and that's what I believe they have to do.
So let's talk a little about Indiana. You mentioned that you saw them play yesterday, and you've given us some play callers. Talk to us a little bit about that game for the Kentucky folks watching to kind of get to know this team that they're playing right now.
Well, Indiana, number 1, Eli Smith, he did well. I hadn't seen his name. Antonio Maxey, number 2, A.J. Depney was one of their go-to guys. Timmy Brown was a guy, and quarterback Roman Weston looked better yesterday. Van Robinson the fourth. Those were the key guys yesterday. Now, I will say this. The competition that they had yesterday was not at the level that Kentucky is, and that is a big difference.
Especially here, and we've mentioned it a couple of times on the broadcast already, 6th grade is one of those age groups in the sport of football that sometimes you come from an area where it's taken very seriously. It has its own team, its own program, its own practices, and then other times it's kind of thrown together and You never know. So we'll see how it matches up. We're back at play here. That one kind of snuck up on me before I was ready. Morgan Ridner drops back.
Stops, and there you
Hit
go.
as he looks to throw. He's going to be sacked on the play. Number 99, Brody Peterson, gets up excited for Indiana.
Him and number 52, Cortera Dorsett.
We got a flag on the far sideline.
What do we
Wasn't sure
have?
when that came in.
Is that a sideline warning?
Penalty against
Illegal
Kentucky.
shift. Ah,
It's
penalty declined, which obviously smart play.
So Indiana going to take the 7-yard loss.
Now, Kentucky, your offense is starting to sputter a little bit. Let's see if they can get back to doing what they do.
Trips right, solo to the left, running back with the right with him.
Maybe a pitch or toss.
And there's that option pitch this time to number 20, Giles Lucas. Lucas fights forward for a pickup of 4, but tripped up and brought down.
There you go. Decent yardage right here. 4th down right here. If you Kentucky, you going for it or you punting? What do you got?
Coach, I'm offensive-minded. I like to score. I like to put pressure on folks. I think why not? You're up 14-0. Your defense is playing well, like you mentioned earlier. Shoot it down there again because, again, if you convert here, you kind of set the tone that we're not scared of you. We're going to play our style, smash mouth football, make you beat us.
Got you. So it's 3rd. I thought it was 4th. I apologize.
Then I'm definitely going for it.
Yeah, definitely, right?
Toss to the left. That's
Getting
going to
to
be
the
Bats.
outside.
Hobbs makes a move.
He's still going.
I thought he was going to get loose. Brought down by a slew of Indiana defenders. We'll see who's at the bottom of that pack. I got number 32 in on the tackle, as well as number
Maximus Willis. Yeah.
81, 61. It's kind of hard to see with that number.
We'll say brought down by a pack of Indiana defenders.
I like that. So it's going to be 4th and 7 now for Kentucky.
You try that again to a Big Tank. I got a one-on-one maybe.
Let's see what they do.
Tried to get him go off. He got him on that second one.
The second time we've seen that
Yeah.
hard count, and the second time it is successful for Kentucky.
Now that right there is hard. These kids just got together a few weeks ago, and to have the discipline not to move on the offensive side says a lot for that team, Kentucky.
What are you telling your defensive guys right there? Watch the
Ball. You do not listen. You got earplugs in, kind of, man.
A tale is old as time.
Yeah, you do not listen. You're not on offense. It doesn't matter what they say. There's no magic words. Only thing you're looking at is the peel.
So 4th and 2 now, a different situation for Kentucky than 4th and 7.
Strong side run to the left. Oh, did he get him again? What do you call? No. Oh, wow.
Well, he pointed 3 different directions. I like to see that out of the officials. I was raised by officials, so we'll take a moment to kind of, stroke the feathers of another.
There you go. Wave it off.
Right there, you've got a couple of guys, they're not really sure. They take a time. It's early in the first, and that's a play call right there. That's a decision that could change the outcome of how things handle right
That's
here.
true.
And you see some nice decision-making there by the officials come together as a group. Hey, what did you see? What do you have? Flag is waved off, and now this Indiana defense still has a good chance right there and doesn't go back-to-back
Yeah.
offside penalties. I really like that out of the officials right there. So Morgan Ridner now, 2 to his left, tight into his left. It's a pitch. Bats Hobbs has it. He's going to have the first down and more.
Now
We've got
listen,
another
We
flag.
have a flag on 20. I'm not understanding these holding calls. He is pinning the guy over, and I understand number 20. Number 20, Giles Lucas. He's just manhandling his defender. I don't understand that one right there. That call right there,
It's the second time he's been called on that exact type of stock block.
And I understand the young man's frustration because he's doing what he's taught.
He's definitely frustrated. You can see him; those shoulders are dropped right now as he kind of.
It feels like he's getting in trouble for being more aggressive than the
Right.
other guy. Because there's nothing like he's pushing him in the back. He grabbed that shoulder where you can still see the numbers, and he just manhandled the guy in front of him.
I had a coach used to say, you got to let a bulldog be a bulldog. Every once in a while, he's going to make a mistake and chew some things up. So let's see how Giles Lucas on defense, because he's getting his name called on offense as well, reacts to this one as Kentucky 4th and a long 14, nearly 15. Morgan Ridner trips to his right, 2 to his left, getting a play call change from the sideline, and Kentucky going to talk it over. Timeout called. Coach, we're gonna go to a break as well. Does that sound good to you?
That's fine. Let's go ahead and let it breathe.
All right, football fans, we'll be right back here in the National Championship FBU Central Regional Semifinal.
We got quick little screen right here, tunnel screen. Ball's on the ground. Number 20.
Giles Lucas, we talked about it just a second ago.
did.
2015, 10-5. I think, Coach, he's just fine with those penalty calls.
Touchdown, Kentucky.
Well,
Let's see what the flag is. Okay.
waves it off.
Fell out his pocket.
Coach, let's go right back to it. We just talked about it. How is he going to react to those calls not going his way?
it.
Doesn't drop his head. We said he dropped his shoulders a little bit, so he's feeling it. But he's a sixth grade. He's a young man. But right there, picks up a fumble. Could have gone the other way. There was daylight on both sides. But Giles Lucas just sniffs out the end zone and runs all the way down. Touchdown, Kentucky. Now you're up 20-0.
That's big. I say you reward the kid and give him a run right here.
Let's see if they do so. They do
run
not
behind
give
him.
it to
That's
Bats
all right.
Hobbs, and he's going to be short. So the speed back with a power run, not able to get behind some blockers, no good. We just went to a break, Coach, so I say we keep it here. But, man, 20-0 there. Still early in the first half. It seems everything's going Kentucky's way right now when the ball drops or hits the floor or anything like that of the such.
Yeah, that was that tunnel screen that they ran. That was a kind of gutsy play, right?
Mm-hmm. It sure
You know,
was.
a fumble on there, and it kind of worked out. Fumblerooski-ish.
When we go back to the if I'm the offensive coordinator and we go back to the film room on that one, I don't know what you're talking about, Coach. That's the way I drew it up.
He was supposed to let it go. Now, if you're Indiana, you still have a whole second half and 5 minutes left in this half. You do not put your head down. You do not concede.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of football left to
You
play.
still play. You still play. Don't get frustrated. Don't try to quick strike. You got 5 minutes. Utilize the time. Continue to play ball. Let's see if we can get a good return. Uh-oh.
Could this be what Indiana
Good
needs?
return.
Big return there. Is that number 5?
Timmy Brown. Timmy Brown had a really good game yesterday, so that's big for – Timmy Brown looks like he's limping a little bit. Big run.
So this is as close to the end zone as Indiana has been all half. as they are going to take over on offense. Ball spotted at the Kentucky 32.
This right here is awesome. Always good to look at these little bodies with these big old helmets and shoulder pads, and I love this game, man.
Another thing I like about this FBU all-star come-together type deal is seeing, swag's a big thing to these young ball players,
Oh, yeah.
but they just got these uniforms a couple of days ago, so these
Yeah.
aren't their traditional colors. So to look around the field every once in a while and see guys, oh, hey, my socks match my jersey, my cleats, my gloves. I really like that. You see them going that extra.
I got a story for you after to kind of coincide with that.
All right, we'll come back to it here. As Roman Wessel, back in at quarterback for Indiana, gets the snap, looks to
Across the middle, nice shot to the tight end, number 44, Keller Stanton.
I almost thought it was a botched play in the backfield. Maybe just went the wrong direction on the play action, but a dart over the middle, and Indiana
Yeah.
a first down.
So head coach for Kentucky FBU 7th grade was talking about GJ was talking about his kid coming in and wanting to get some stuff from Dix.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of match it up and everything, and that's how it is. So I got to match up. I got to make it look good.
Oh, you've got to. I'm a firm believer. Look good, play good, and we know who said that one.
Coach Prime.
So Indiana 1st and 10. Don't quote me here, but I think that was the first down for this Indiana offense. Man
Let's
in
see.
motion. It's going to hand
Got
it
the
off
jet.
to him. That's Van Robinson the 4th. We've mentioned his name. He's one to watch.
Gang of a couple. That first down play was everything Indiana needed. They actually look like they got a little pep in their step now. Confidence is everything in this game, and you have to have confidence to compete. And these guys look like they're a little bit ready. It helps the coaching staff with calling plays. So let's see if they can continue to gang off the momentum they had from that kick return.
That's exactly right. The Kentucky defender made that tackle. Number 16, Jamison Justice. That's a name we know all too well. Little brother of FBU and now state champion Jaden Justice.
Pikeville, stand up.
To believe the Justice family is watching. Wessel rolls out to his left. Pass incomplete on that far sideline. Intended, I believe that number was 20. Peyton Happ. And as you hear in the background, Justice was there. Justice comes from a football family. Is what you would call it in my neck of the woods.
Yes, sir. Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
So 3rd and 9 here for Indiana, Kentucky. That 4-4 defense treating them well so far, Coach. Anything you want to note on that?
No, that's run stuffing. But that they got some players to where it looks like they're outside backers, but they can play like DBs, so it looks good.
Yeah, you're able to disguise and cover up some stuff. Wessel now looks,
Ball's
strike
up in
over the
air.
middle.
What is it?
Somebody caught it. No, they didn't. Everything black there with the end
yes,
zone, the
sir.
uniforms. I thought he made a play. But you
That
see another
was good.
seatbelt there from
Number
the Kentucky
1,
DB.
Zane Woodridge. Speaking of Coach GJ, that's his boy right
I was going to
there.
say, talking about football
We were just
families
talking
right
about
there.
A football family, number 1, and look what he has on.
Oh, he's
It's like
swagged out.
he's matching up a little bit, a little swagged out.
Christmas come early for that football player.
Hey, there we go.
But I do like that. I mean, we joke about the swag, though. But, I mean, for a kid like that shows you want to look good. You're taking it serious. You're dialed in.
Definitely.
Coach, I don't want to go out there. Dad, I don't want to go out there wearing my yellow with the blue. Like, I want to look good.
Yeah.
We're on a national stage here. So 4th and 9. See if Indiana can get their second first down conversion of the drive. Wessel, play
Looking for the
action
tight
over
end
the
again.
middle.
Ah,
Incomplete.
good drive, but it was stalled. Nice defensive set for Kentucky.
Number 4, Camden Fitzgerald
Yeah.
in there. I don't know if he pulled it out, but definitely in on the coverage, laid a hit, made a factor nonetheless.
You got 3 minutes left to halftime. Kentucky can get a score right here and kind of put it down. Put a real damper on that Indiana team.
You're taking over ball at your own 20. I don't expect a shot right away, but like you said, with that 3:09 mark, I do expect them to
First
look.
play, I'm taking a shot right here.
You're taking it early, okay.
Take the shot early.
This one bats Hobbs. He's a strike. Anytime he touches the football, flag comes in late as he's brought down at the 25. A 6-yard pickup if it holds.
Pull back, more than likely a hold.
I'm going to be looking for that white hat all day.
You'll be looking because there's no way.
It's not out there. So this one against Kentucky. I'll walk them back.
I think it's a white hat by committee.
1st and 14. It seems to be the theme of this contest on both sides of the ball, or both teams, on offense, is a couple of steps in one direction and then a few more back the other way.
Yeah, a little dance move, huh?
Neither side. Kentucky's struck 3 times, twice on defense, but still really not able to get into a groove on offense. It was just the unique thing here.
Let's see what we got here.
Morgan Ridner trips to his left.
Trips to the left. You got numbers over here to the left. Maybe a quick pass, quick pitch. Not quick, but
Indiana
there's a pass
zone.
to the left.
Oh, man.
Gosh. It was in his hands, and then it was out his hands. Coach Sturgill dropped that pass. Good pass by the quarterback, Ridner.
And able to read the defense, too. Knew where he was going to be open. Had a good play call there. Just trust what he's coached, what he's practiced.
Big thing. So 24 points. It becomes a running clock. So if you're a Kentucky fan, that's what you want. You want to find a way to get 4 more points on there before Indiana gets any. If you're an Indiana fan, you want to make sure they do not get 4 more points.
Exactly, because
you want as much time as possible.
One way or the other, that's going to change things in the second half on how both teams approach it.
Oh yeah,
strategically. Still 2:24. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. It's going to be a pitch there. That's bats Hobbs, drops it in the backfield.
Oh man!
But able to turn around and fall on it. So again, like we talked about, you go 1 step forward, 2 steps back. This one, 5 yards back.
Now this right here, if you don't get the ball right here as Kentucky, you have to put your foot into it. You got to punt and don't give them this right here because they showed that they can move a little bit. And if I was Indiana, I would hope for Kentucky to be arrogant and go for it so I can throw it to that tight end.
Right. So philosophically, we've talked about taking a shot and trying to get that running clock in the second half. But now everything changes. Caution is the main focus right now.
Yeah, you don't want to let your offense get you in trouble.
Backside to the end zone. So let's see what we go. A little bit of a power set, still in the shotgun. He's got running back to his left, double tight.
Run to the right.
3rd and 18. That is what it's going to be. The jet motion man is Tank Taylor.
Just getting a little room.
And Tank
letting that clock go. Tick, tick, tick.
Picks up 1.
If I was Kentucky, I'd run it all the way down.
Timeout called Indiana.
Smart.
I think that's their 3rd. It is.
That's smart. You want the ball back? Hey, especially around in this right here, this age group, not for sure if you have a good punter. You come after the punter right here, or he doesn't have a good foot. You can actually sneak and steal some points right here.
Right. You talk about a good foot. I hope he's got some good hands, too, because we're back to the end zone right there.
Hey, yeah. Hey, you never know. A little 2 points wouldn't hurt.
We'll take it to a quick break here. You're listening to Kentucky versus Indiana. 6th grade action in the FBU National Championship Central Regional semifinal game. We're back. Punt is off. We talked about it. We knew it would happen. Unfriendly roll there. Hits at the 40, goes back to the 35. Kentucky able to down it. So with under a minute to play, 55.8 to be exact, Indiana sends the offense back out onto the field one more time. Going to take over from the opposing 40. And we'll see if Roman Wessel and co. can find the pay dirt. Oh, it is the 34. Excuse me. The huddle is at the 40. I apologize.
I tell you this: if I'm Kentucky, I'm a keying on that tight end. Well, he's not even out there right now. So
we're talking about number 44, Kellen Stanton. He's been the problem child for that Kentucky defense so far. Wessel, 2 to each side. Man in motion is his running back. Fire over the middle. It's a dart, but tipped.
It is intercepted by Kentucky, number 17. Did they give it to him?
Excitement has happened. We don't know what's happening. Flag on the far
side.
side. Kentucky going to their sideline. First off, Zane Woldridge just threw an absolute missile back to the referee right there. I don't know if anybody else saw that. Something to note. I know he can throw it, but golly.
I didn't notice it.
Like that out of a skill kid.
What they got? Is it Kentucky's ball? Yes, it looks like it. So that interception by Montana Reynolds, number 17 for Kentucky, off the tip pass was awesome.
So right back where you had it on fourth down almost, you've got it again on first. An interception.
51 seconds.
Who ended up with that one, did we say?
Yeah, the interception was by Montana Reynolds, number 17.
Montana Reynolds, number 17, Montana Reynolds. So I'll write that down for my notes.
Take the shot. Nope. Got a Wildcat with Hobbs. Got a couple yards, but you got 40 seconds and counting. Kentucky needs to hurry up if they want to put something on the board.
Kind of expect them to just kind of, keep the pace, be quick but don't rush type situation. You send your quarterback out there.
30 seconds. He's looking to score, looks like.
Look a shot to the sidelines, get out of bounds, maybe take one last play. It's going to be 15 seconds as this time. The snap comes.
Ball's
there it
in the
is.
air.
Ball up. It's caught. Number 7, Colt Sturgill.
Sturgill made up for that drop he just did not too long ago. Good catch.
First down. Kentucky with timeouts. Not going to take one. Looks like the sideline saying they want to spike it. 10:04 clock is now started. Here it is. And there is the spike out of the shotgun. Number 60 for Indiana almost got a hand on it right there. Braden Lockridge looked like a baseball player almost. A little one-hopper to him. If he drops his tail feather there a little bit, he might have been able to grab that one.
Now, this threw me off right here. They're in shotgun. They spiked the ball. The refs gave them a favorable spot.
Right?
Yeah. That spike should have been back a couple more yards.
And some might even argue with you, those deep in the playbook type or rule book type fellers, that's intentional grounding out of the shotgun to do so. But in a sixth grade game at this level, I doubt you're going to get that with 6.9 left called.
That's a favorable call from the refs. They understand what they're trying to do, and I respect that. Just but for you guys at home that's wondering, that's what's going on.
So here we go. It'll be Kentucky's last play of the first half. Twins to each side. Running back now to his left, started at the right. He's going to roll out. Morgan Ridner is hit and slung to the turf, and that will do it for our first half. But let's give that Indiana defender his druthers before we leave. The sack on the play, number 54, Dane Bowden.
Good sack. Nice way to hold.
Correction, number 52, Cortea Dossett. I do apologize right there. Dossett with the sack. Kentucky leads 20-0 at the half. Quick drive scoring recap on the second play of the contest. Kentucky strikes first, a big 60-plus yard rushing touchdown from number 5, Braylon Batts-Hobbs. That's one of Kentucky's go-to guys on offense. The PAT, no good there. But then on the first play on the defensive side of the ball, Kentucky able to pick up a fumble recovery and take it back for about 45, 50 yards.
Scoop and score.
The 2-point conversion there successful to go up 14-0. And then in the second quarter, able to strike again on defense as number 20, Giles Lucas, picks up a fumble. Excuse me, on offense
Yeah.
picked it up. I've got that in my head as a defensive, but on offense, he picks it up and then takes it and advances it. And he runs for about 45, 50 yards. But PAT unsuccessful there, and that's how we got to this 20-0 lead for the boys in blue, Kentucky over Indiana so far. Coach, what do you see? What do you think? How are we feeling?
If you're a Kentucky fan, you're happy. You're ecstatic.
Oh, exactly.
You know, it's like, yeah. But also, if you're a Kentucky coach, I see the frustration. Sputtered on offense, you know, a couple defensive mishaps. But you're still winning. So you also got to tell those kids that, yes, you know what I'm saying? It's not perfect. Mm-hmm. We're still up, but we need to fix some stuff if we plan on taking the second half in the next game.
Oh, you're exactly right, Coach. You hit a nail on the head right there. As a coach myself, something I always tell my athletes is, you know, little things matter, small things matter. Mm-hmm. Granted, yes, we are on the national level. This is an all-star type path to get to Naples, Florida for the FBU National Championship. These teams are good. Yeah. Teams are going to be good, but historically looking at it, outside of this region, teams get a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're up 20-0 at the first half. Great. But let's talk about what's our penalty yardage. How many times have we coughed the football up? One of our scores is on a fumble recovery on offense.
How many holding penalties do we have?
Exactly right. So a lot of things to clean up. So, I mean, if you're just a casual fan, 20 points, great. Yeah, we're winning. Okay, cool. But those real nitty-gritty game plan type folks, there's a lot to do right here.
It's football, right?
Some coaches don't even look at a scoreboard like that. They're looking at it's specific categories on that stat sheet, and right now some of those don't really look great for Kentucky.
Now, if you're an Indiana guy,
we talked about some of those guys on. Go ahead and say what you had to say. I'm sorry.
If you're an Indiana guy and you're looking at it, just continue to compete. Slow down. Look at what you've done well. You know what I'm saying? Going across the middle, you've done that well. Don't force it across the middle, and trying to implement the run just a little bit more. But don't give up. You have 20 minutes. There's not a running clock. Play your game and stay in tune to the game.
Exactly. And they've been close a couple of times.
Yeah.
We talked about Kentucky nitpicking on a couple of things that they do, the housekeeping type things. Indiana, not a perfect clean sheet for them as well. Obviously, that's a big part of why that zero's on the board. We mentioned it earlier there in the first half in the broadcast. A couple of steps forward, a few more steps back. But really, though, I mean, Indiana is just 2, 3 big plays away, getting some things going. We talked about they've got some studs over there as well.
They do.
Guys playing on both sides of the ball. So really, one thing bounces your way, then all of a sudden, this is a different type of football game.
Give your playmakers a chance. That's it. You got some speedy guys over there as well. They have some guys that's comparable to the hops that Kentucky have. They just gotta give their guys a chance. Don't overdo it, and do not try to get back in the game off 1 or 2 passes.
Right. And something I want to look forward to seeing how both teams kind of approach it here in this second half is the depth. Yeah. We mentioned it early in the broadcast in the open. Kentucky outnumbers Indiana by 20, 30 kids easy.
No, that's big. See, and the thing about it, yesterday, Indiana outnumbered Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. So now the tides have turned.
Yes, sir. And that I believe that actually helped them. Wisconsin got tired. They didn't have the numbers. Let's see, will that transpire to this game with Indiana and Kentucky?
And especially something to keep note of, too, is both teams playing a little bit of Ironman football right now. You got guys on both sides of the sides of the ball. Kentucky, Giles Lucas is a name we've said on both sides. Indiana's got a couple of guys. Number 3, Van Robinson, the 4th. Timmy Brown, we've said a couple of times. Will they get tired? Will they see Kentucky? If they do, I mean, you'd probably go 3-4 deep on a depth chart. But Indiana, I don't know. Do they have that?
When you're trying to get to Florida, you're putting the best in. You're at the end of the day, you want to get to Florida.
You have to.
You want a championship, but you got to get to Florida in order to compete. So you put the best kids out there. If this kid is better than the other one, sorry, Mom, Dad, but we're going to win.
That's exactly right. Beautiful Naples, Florida is how it reads in the PA script. I've said that a few times in my day. But let's talk about it, Coach. When we went to a break earlier, we kind of, we shared some stories about Naples. But it's a prestigious little place, and that town really does roll out the red carpet for these young athletes. And, oh, man, that complex there is
I'm telling you this. If you've never been to Naples, you don't know what you're missing. If you can get out there and just experience the football that's out there, I'm surprised that there's not a lot more people running trying to sign their kids up for this FBU. This is such an opportunity, and I've been blessed to be with FBU for the last 4 years. I had my kids play. I had 3 of my kids play. One played 7th grade and 8th grade. Juju Harmon did. Journey Harmon played 6th grade a couple years ago, and now Eli Smith, my stepson, is playing this year on the 8th grade team, and I got another one that's coming up.
There we go.
A couple more. So I'm a football guy. I come from a football family. So if you can get your kid to play FBU, anybody listening, tell your cousin, your friend, anything, this opportunity is something that you do not want to miss. If you want your kid to play on the next level, we already talked about how many kids that are in the state championship that played FBU.
And it's kind of like it's the grassroots now for I don't want to say recruiting because that's a hot topic issue, but it really is. I mean, you look myself personally. I remember my very first year working with FBU. I was down in Georgia near the Atlanta area, the GFL, which is a powerhouse in FBU, but a big, tall, shaggy-haired, blonde, 6'6" quarterback over on the sidelines.
I think he plays for Jacksonville right now, right?
From the state of Georgia had just his Saturday, similar to today, a man by the name of Trevor Lawrence had just won a state championship in high school. And an FBU alum just swings by the stadium and watching his guys. And I remember Eric Richards, the main man of Face to See of FBU, looks at me and he says, "Hey, that young man right there is special. Get to know him, watch him, see who he is." And then, let's fast forward the clock a little bit. National champions. Did he ever lose in college? Heisman. And
I think that was that's one of them stories that, you know what I'm saying, time eclipsed and it ran the course like it's supposed to. But he's not the only one.
He's not. I mean,
Big Davis, that plays for the Eagles.
Yes.
He's an FBU
Christian
kid.
McCaffrey, an FBU alum. All kinds.
Bryce Young, FBU alum.
And let's take it a little bit, local from Kentucky. Wandale Robinson is a Kentucky guy and an FBU alum. And then just in this last year, we talked about earlier in the broadcast, in the 6th grade game, we've got Jameson Justice, the birthday boy. He turns 13 today, so I'm able to sneak that in.
You got J.J. Weaver, UK guy.
FBU alum, and he's really doing some things now for the Wildcats. But again, like we're talking, it's not just guys in the pros or in college, but the next up-and-comers, we talked about it, how many of those, the guys playing for state championships. But what I was getting at is Jameson Justice, the outside linebacker on this 6th grade team, his brother, a freshman who had great success with Kentucky FBU as a linebacker, just won a state championship.
We'll get to the game.
Yeah, we kind of come back to it. I lost track of time there. Onside kick, Kentucky gets it.
Number 5, Hobbs.
So an exciting play right there comes diving in out of the side. Coach, let's talk about it. Strategically, some people, again, those casual fans, I like talking about those a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, we're up 20-0. Why are you onside kicking it? Well, he's 6th grade. It might be as far as he can get it there.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So you start playing those type things into your game plan.
And then it's a strategy. So what you want to do, even though you're up by 20, right, the game is not over. That's how you play, that's how you play. I would rather give them the ball right there than allow them to get a return and get some momentum.
That's exactly right. So Kentucky back out on offense on the opposing 45. Twins to both sides. Hands off. That's number 20. Is that Lucas? It is.
Yes,
Lucas still on his feet.
He's moving.
He's got a first down and a little more and finally brought down 10 Indiana defenders around the ball right
Tell you
there.
this, he's been so aggressive blocking the ball. I love that Kentucky's giving him the ball to actually run and show what he can do.
That's a bad mamma jamma right there, folks. So a first down run for Kentucky. Talk about the swag. Look at the hoodie out the back of the uniform. That's a hot topic for a lot of coaches in my area, but I like it. I think it looks cool.
Hey, it's like the dreads. If you get pulled
Right?
down,
Yeah.
it's a part of the uniform. We know you can get tackled by it, but hey.
So here we go. Morgan Ridner trips to his top.
Quick
It's
little
going to be a little
pass.
bunch screen. Pass complete. Coach Sturgill. Sturgill dropped to the backfield. Number 3, Indiana's Van Robinson, the 4th, the name we said watch for. He's doing it for him on both sides.
Yeah, that kid can ball. He's a good baller.
So
Just
Kentucky.
to finish up on the FBU talk
Yes, sir.
that we had. At the end of the day, for you guys that's new to FBU, do your homework, do your research, Google, understand how good this is for your kids, and it's the competition. You got to, in order to be the best, you got to play the best.
That's exactly
iron
right.
sharpens iron, and that's what happened with these kids. They're playing with the best, playing against the best, and it makes them. If you want to succeed in this game, that's something
what you
have
got to
to
do. And we'll note a little bit about the relationship here in a minute that you build along the way. And it's Kentucky's 2nd and a 13 handoff to Bats Hobbs. He's on the left side, back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe one more. We'll say a gain of 4 before he's brought down. I believe the defender, number 60, Braden Lockridge. It's, again, that electric blue numbers on that black without any type of a white piping, a little difficult to see from our vantage point.
Yeah, it is.
But, I mean, that's just one of the perks that comes with such a beautiful facility. What are we? We're up here. We're 3rd floor. I rode an elevator to get up here, so, I mean, it's
we
comes
might
with the
be
territory.
3rd, 4th. It shows 3rd, might be 4th. It's beautiful. It's cozy. We got a nice opening. It's comfortable. We're all here by ourselves. It's very, very prestigious.
So a timeout called on the field. Kentucky calls the timeout. We're going to take a quick break as well, and when we come back, we'll kind of pick back up on that FBU story. You're listening to the FBU National Championship Central Regional Semifinal. And we're back here. Kentucky, Indiana. Kentucky leads 20-0. It's 3rd and 9. Wessel, correction, that is Morgan Ridner. I'm sorry.
Kind of got caught up. Number 81, Jack Jurich, got caught up in a host of defenders trying to get through. That's a good no call.
I like Kentucky trying to take a shot right there.
Yeah, kind of threw it off. They've been running that bunch set and giving you those quick little screens. They show the screen, but actually run a seam route and just couldn't get there.
We've really not seen Kentucky open it up downfield very much. A couple of tries they've done so far, not able to follow it in, or not able to haul it in, excuse me. It's 4th and 9 here. You kind of expect them to go deep again.
Here's your 3-by-1. Let's see what they got going on. We got the isolated. Let's see if they're going to try tank again. Nope.
Morgan
Just
Ridner.
a dump to Hobbs. Number 20 did a good job with not holding. He actually got in front of him. Hobbs still running. Touchdown saving tackle, but that was a great run by Hobbs. Number, was that 40
That's
saved the
number
touchdown?
40 right there, A.J. Depp-Neeb.
Yeah, Depp-Neeb, who actually had a bigger role on the offense yesterday for Indiana, just saved the touchdown.
Bats Hobbs going to be a good football player, Coach.
He's shifty. He's a lot stronger than he looks.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
small frame, but he's not scared to lower that shoulder and get
No,
those
he's
pads
not.
popping. As Kentucky now ball spot at the opposing 3, first down, goal to goal. It goes to Bats Hobbs. He
And
coughs
lets
it up.
go. Where's the ball going?
Indiana.
They needed that right there. That was what they needed.
Broadcaster's curse. You think I did that one to him? I was
It
complimenting
happened.
him, and
You
then
know, that's just like my team. My boy, Justin Tuck never misses a field goal. Announcer says, "Oh, he's da 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 da," and he misses,
there it is.
dunks a field goal and loses his spot as number 1. So maybe you gave it. to
Oh
him.
man, if you're an Indiana fan, you like how I manifested that. If you're a Bats Hobbs fans, you are not saying nice words to me at the moment. As Indiana sets back out on offense, it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 2.
Let's see what they're doing on offense.
Got to take care of the football, run everything smooth. It's going to be a handoff near side.
Got a flag
Flags.
going. Maybe somebody smacked the face mask.
So the ball carrier able to get
Yeah.
out of the end zone, forward progress. So we're not going to worry about a safety right now.
What they get, personal foul, face mask called. Yeah, it looked like the face mask was slapped trying to get a tackle, but Indiana, you love it.
Yeah, that Indiana offensive coordinator being like, we will take that one. A little bit of breathing room.
Let them breathe.
So they mark it off. A quick 15 is exactly what you want. If you're Indiana right now, 6:56 to play in the
What
third.
you need as an Indiana fan right now is you need some life. You need some points. This has to be a successful drive right now in order to stay in the game.
I mean, even if you're a fan of Kentucky right now, just a fan of football, you want to see a good game as
Ball's in the air.
Wessel drops back. There it is. It's
Oh!
complete across midfield. Number 5, Timmy Brown
Great catch.
on the receiving
Nice
end
run
right
afterwards.
there.
He was limping after that first run he had. I wonder, did he aggravate his leg again?
He's a
That
little
was a big
shaken up
play.
there too.
That was a big play.
That's we coach. We just said it. Indiana needed a little bit.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, let's see what it is. All the way back to the Indiana 15-yard
What's
line.
the flag?
And it looks like this one is going to come back.
Can we get a call or something? What's going on? Oh, that's big.
Man. I know I drove here from Kentucky and secretly, I'd like to see them do well, but just as a fan of the sport right there, hate to see that for Indiana. My goodness, man. The first big play you get, and it's going right back the other direction.
That sucks. Yeah, that sucks right there. Like you said, as a football fan in general,
Right.
that play right there was one that they needed for momentum. Kid gave his all. Actually got hurt a little bit on there, and to see a flag.
A great pass by Wessel,
Great
too, over the
pass, great
middle.
catch,
Looks
yeah.
the safety off. Let's see, it's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Wessel got to hand it off.
Got
That's
to run. Let's
number
see.
81.
Broke one tackle. All right.
I don't have an 81 on my roster, but I got a man named Aiden McGee that doesn't have a number. Maybe that's him.
I don't know. I think that's what we ran with last night as well. The unnumbered man, McGee. McGee was getting calls all the time, and so
Kentucky number 11, Maxwell Burns, is the defender running him down. A pickup of 4, but still 2nd and 11. 5:30 now to play. Indiana in a tight set. 2 receivers to the top of the screen.
there's a run.
Wessel, he hands it off.
Is that number 81
81
again?
again.
We'll go with McGee.
McGee, I'm going to write it down. If you're listening to our broadcast and you know who he is and we're wrong, let us know. I will humbly eat crow and tell you I was wrong.
That happens.
Unless I'm right, then you get to hear about it for the rest of the day. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Nope.
3rd and 9. Same set here for Indiana. Only thing that changes in the running back now to the right of Wessel. He drops back. Looks it deep.
Let
Good
it
ball.
go.
Just out of reach.
Receiver should have kept running. He kind of slowed up, didn't expect the ball to get to where he was going. If he would have kept running, it would have been a better chance for them catching the ball.
Coaching point there. We've got a time. Why do we want to keep running there, Coach, if we've got any young football players listening to us?
Trust your quarterback to throw the ball where he's supposed to throw the ball. When you just go. You run your route the way you're supposed to run the route.
Right.
But in some cases, you have that relationship where the quarterback's going to throw you a high point and you go. But for the majority of it, you just run your route. When you stop, it throws timing off and everything.
And as soon as you leave your feet and stop running, you will not advance any further. So if that ball is over your feet, once you're in the air, not much you can do.
It's over. Now, this is a tough spot right here. Indiana looks like they're going for it. They might throw that little pooch, funny punt. Nope, they're going for it.
So coulda, woulda,
Ball's in
shoulda.
the
We're
air.
going deep again.
That guy
This
can
time
catch it.
complete. Number 3,
Woo!
Van Robinson, the 4th. Will this one hold? It will. First down strike, Indiana. And we're sitting at midfield right now.
And I told you that kid could play, and he showed that he could play, made some great plays on defense. That was the first time I think we called his name on offense, but Van Robinson, the 4th, is a baller.
And, Coach, I'm going to quote one of my old Little League coaches right here. He said, you can always tell who's got the momentum by just how big the boys in the trenches are moving. And that Indiana offense sprinted to the line right there. So you got to think that some good morale going for the boys in black. 1st and 10 at midfield. Here's Wessel. Drops back, but a flag comes in. I think this one's on Kentucky.
Let's see what they got.
And it is. So back-to-back momentum here for Indiana. That's going to be a 5-yard offside penalty. So it went from 1st and 10 at the 50. Will now be 1st and 5 from the Kentucky 45.
Kentucky switching it up a little bit. They move Woodridge to safety now.
And some changes on the line, too. Big old number 13 comes trotting off. It's one of those last-minute number changes. The defensive guy, is that L.J. Smith? Yeah, number L.J. Smith decided to go from 74 to a swaggy 13, and I can't blame him for that one.
I think of 13, I think of Keenan Allen.
When I think of 13, I think of the glory days. That's what I used to wear. Handoff. Indiana has it.
Oh, wow, that was big.
Man.
Number 4, Camden Fitzgerald came up with that. But who made that hit to draw it out? Gosh.
I didn't see the hit. I was just watching 81. And Aiden McGee, man, hands on hips. You know he wants that one back.
Yeah, that was the best drive Indiana's had of the day. They were moving the ball. They had momentum. And that right there was big for the Kentucky football team.
So with 3:08, Kentucky sends its offense back out onto the field. Up 20-0 here, and another flag, false start. Against Kentucky, so 5 yards still. First down, now 1st and 15. Man, just really, really hate that for Indiana. It just started to get something going. Football game was really exciting in that moment, and then just cough it up right into that Kentucky defender's hands. That does.
Yeah, that hurts.
So here we go. Morgan Ridner, he's got trips to the top of your screen. The lone man at the bottom, running back to his left. He's going to roll out to his left. Pass in the flats, complete to number 7, Colt Sturgill, and Sturgill dropped. A pickup of 3 through the air. Sturgill not able to get upfield.
Sturgill showed that he can catch the ball. Now he has to show that he can get some yak after those catches.
And we've got another penalty against this Kentucky offense. This one was holding. So that's 10 yards. So that negates the Sturgill catch and a gain. And pushes them back. Coach, I'm going to coach you again. 1st and a country mile.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, bub.
For the boys in blue now. Indiana in better position right now defensively than they were on offense when they coughed it over. Morgan Ridner, 2 backs to each side, twins at the top of your screen. He gets him on a hard count. Hand off to Bats Hobbs. Hobbs over on the left side, breaks one, can't break the second. And brought down after a gain of about 4. And the Indiana defender in on that tackle is number 44, Kellen Stanton. That's that tight end that we talked about in the first half that is so valuable to that Indiana offense.
Oh, yeah, he was very, very, very valuable for them, man.
For a 6th grader, that's a big old boy right there. He stands pretty tall. Middle linebacker, outside linebacker, tight end, and he moves well. So
nice body frame. It's something that you need, something you can work on. You know, a lot of these scouts, we're talking about high school and college. A lot of these guys like the bigger body frame guys that can move. You know, those are the guys that are very different and difficult to find.
That athlete is something that coaches love to see.
Yes,
so
sir.
Kentucky with motion, it's going to be back to in the motion man at the slot position, number 7, Colt Sturgill, but not able to haul it in as Morgan Ridner throws it just a bit behind him. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and a little more than 20, I think. Right at 20. They don't have the down and distance on the scoreboard. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it up here.
He said, I'm eyeballing it.
Coach, when's the last time you coached a football game where you and your opponent got to warm up on separate fields before the game?
Separate real fields as far as like game fields?
We're talking turf, field goals, yard markers. The only thing they don't have is the end zone regalia.
No, I think maybe Team Kentucky. Besides that.
Yeah, the last time we were here.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Kentucky going to call a timeout. We're going to do the same as you're listening to 6th grade of football action. Kentucky leads Indiana 20-0 right here in the FPU National Championship Central Regional Semifinal.
All right, so Kentucky, we're back. Oh, big play, number 52, Cortera Dawson. Almost had a pick 6.
Speaking of 6, I think he's about 6 foot tall right there. That is a big defensive lineman for Indiana.
They needed that. I know he got his head down and wish he would have got it. It's hard, big guy. It's hard. You're playing line for a reason. I know it's it's hard to catch those.
So we got a quick second. Let's talk about the mental approach here. These are young 6th grade football players. How do you tell a defender right there on the national stage, a big moment, hey, I could have had a big play, but what you did is you help your defense. You go from 3rd and long to 4th and long. Now we're looking at a punt situation. They might change up the offensive play style. A big play there, but some young cats don't quite realize that in the moment.
What you tell them is do it again.
Do it again. I like it, Coach.
Do it again. Next time you make the play. You know what you did right. You know what you did wrong. Do it again.
Boy, I could play for you.
I appreciate it.
So here we go. Kentucky. No quarterback on the field. And a flag. Are we going to take a delay of game? They do. So push Kentucky back 5
Don't think that delay
more
game
yards.
was intentional.
I think they just broke the huddle late, honestly.
Yeah. So it looks like we got a Wildcat going. Hobbs is at the quarterback position. We got a bunch set. I'm expecting them to roll out and come to the right side.
Just kind of get to that
the
edge and
allow
see
Hobbs
what
to
happens
do what he
there.
does. Yeah.
If there's a man in your face, kick it. If not,
Yep. You got
put your head
20
down
as the
and go.
lead blocker. You got 3 guys. And this might be something that's real good. Here you go.
So there it
Oh,
is,
no,
a
he
fake
faked
pitch to
it.
the right. He goes to his left. He breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3 down, 4.
He
Still on
got-
his feet.
Wow.
40, 45, 50 across
Wow.
midfield. Nobody in front of him at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, slowing down 5, 6 points on the board for Kentucky.
Touch.
What a
Down.
play. Wow.
I did not expect that.
I did not either. He had me on the fake pitch.
Gosh. And we were just talking about how the small frame body
Right.
can take some of those hits and break away. You said he was going to be
Shoo-wee.
special, and he's showing you that he belongs in FBU.
Goodness gracious. And what about him? We think he's going to the outside. He
Yeah.
sees that seam up on the hash and
Fake
gone.
pitch. It's over. Good night, sweetheart. I tell you, Louisville, you got a player on your hands.
So with the 26-point lead, Cal Morgan Ridner, you might be done for the day, bud. We might get to see Bats Hobbs back in there with a little bit more Wildcat set because
man.
now in on the 2-point conversion, the quarterback, number 12, Samuel Wilson.
One thing we got to take, we're up by 24 points, more than 24 points. That's a running clock. So,
It's going to run us all the way into the quarter break.
yeah, 28-0 is the score right now. Going into the fourth quarter with a running clock. Indiana, the clock and the game is it's kind of hard right now. You got to make a play real quick.
Coach, we're going to have to go to a break. I got to get my heart rate to calm back down after that
was
last
awesome.
play. That was wild.
That was awesome.
At the end of 3, your score in the 6th grade Central Regional Semifinal, Kentucky leads Indiana 28-0 right here at the FBU National Championships. Welcome back, football fans. Schmuck here alongside Coach Harmon. As Kentucky up big now, running clock
Nice little
is implemented.
Got to wait for the refs.
They're excited. They're really excited, and rightfully so,
Yeah.
as they have played very, very well.
You're pointing up somewhere. What's going on?
So here we go. Whistle comes in. Our first kickoff that will be fielded and returned. He's on his feet. That's number 28. Got to find it on this alphabetical roster. Ethan Webb.
Yeah. Webb kind of snatched the ball away from Van Robinson the fourth. He said, hey, man, let me get a chance to show that I belong here too.
I can't blame him either. On this national stage, when that ball comes your way, you get your number called, you're looking to make a play and you know, make a name for yourself.
That's it. It's come across my face. I'm catching it.
Exactly. So Indiana sends the offense back out there, still in at quarterback will be number 7, Roman Wessel, as Wessel and Co. will take over to start this 4th down, their first series of the 4th quarter. Ball spotted at their own 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Kentucky still in that 4-4-1 high safety. It's worked very well for them so far. Indiana comes out in a – what kind of package are we looking at there, Coach?
Looks like we got a strong – well, they moved it.
Something to note, that Kentucky defense just stayed home. Here comes Wessel,
First time
rolls
Wessel
out.
actually ran the ball.
And makes a business decision at the 45
Yes,
right there in
he
his
did.
face, number 18, Micah Pearson. And we've seen him lay the wood a couple of times already.
Wessel looking like Patty Mahomes. I'm not going to take a hit.
There you go. So picks up 6 on the scramble. It'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, a running clock. So if you see that on the field, that is why with a 24-point lead, which Kentucky has, we have a running clock for the duration of the contest. And I heard you say it in the first broadcast, Coach, in Indiana right back in the same situation. Just try to get that goose egg off the board.
Try to get it off the board. Show some confidence. Show the kids that they belong here. It's a mental thing, right?
That's exactly right.
Because a lot of times these guys will be here next year.
So Wessel drops back, looks to his left, steps up in his pocket, throws on a run, and nobody out there.
There's nobody out there that could be intentional. He was still in the pocket, but I think the refs with this time, and they're just going to let that one go.
Timmy Brown in the area, but definitely not on the same page. And
Yeah.
if you look, both of those guys over there with that Indiana head coach, maybe a miscue on offense.
Yeah.
You always wonder when you're sitting up here in the booth. So 6:42 and ticking now to 6:40. It's jumping down in intervals, and that's messing with me. Wessel, Twins to his right.
You got 2 chances to get a first down. You don't need it all right now. You can get a quick little run still. Nope.
It's
Tight
play
end.
action. There he is.
That's it.
Over the middle, complete hit, able to hold on to it.
That's
Number
been-
44.
That's been their best play all day.
Kellen Stanton. So first down, Indiana.
And that takes guts. You know,
It
I don't
does.
care what age group, what level. When you can catch the ball and know that you're going to get hit,
Going over the middle alone is
Yeah.
not an easy task
no,
to do,
not at all.
especially when the ball's high like that and you're in a situation
Your
where
whole
you've got to make a
body's
play for your
open.
team.
Yeah. It's a big play. Nice job, kid.
So 1st and 10, Indiana in the pistol. It's a weird set with the back. Nice spin move in the backfield, number 28, Ethan Webb.
That's the guy that stole that kick return. He said, Coach, I can play.
But he's ready for it.
Yeah, he is.
I love to see that out of a young ball player.
Oh,
He tries
yeah.
to spin, but not able to get loose. A loss of 1 on the play. It'll be
Looks like
second.
one of those little guys that got a lot of heart, man.
Yes, sir. Love coaching kids like that. How about yourself?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Coach a lot of those kids that, if they had just a little bit more height, boy, you but their
Right.
heart made up for it.
Wessel
Uh-oh.
drops back.
Up
Got
the
a
middle.
shot. He's
Yes.
open.
Oh, he
Incomplete.
That's one of those where he was open for so long that the ball was just in the air too long for him.
I think he was so open he didn't expect it. It looked like he kind of stumbled right there with his
He was
feet.
looking for somebody to hit him. He was just wide open. Nobody saw him. Nobody picked him up. That was just a great play, great call, and they wish they had that one back.
Right, so the flip side of what we just said, going over the middle and drawing the contact every once in a while, you get there, free space, and there is no contact.
Yeah.
So a middle game on both facets, both making the play and then sometimes doesn't.
Yeah.
3rd and 11 now for Indiana, and they're back in that, I'm going to call it a pistol set. It's been their favorite motion man now to the bottom side of the screen.
Got a wheel route coming. Did he go?
Wessel throws a shot out to the left. This one
He
is
caught it
caught.
this time.
And first down, lowering his shoulder, number 3. Say it with me, Van Robinson the fourth. That has been the man with the plan here for Indiana in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter. Well, really, the whole ball game. As Indiana now facing 1st and 10. They've got it down to the Kentucky 28. I'm not sure if this is the closest they've been to pay dirt all game, but they're knocking on the door of that position if it's not. Pistol here. Wessel drops back, looks to his left, throws it over the middle, hits
There you
complete.
go.
And they're just picking apart of that Kentucky zone defense. First down and a little more. Zane Wooldridge
Gotcha.
comes in at the end of the play for the Kentucky defense. But a big first down, back-to-back plays now. Timmy Brown, the receiver on that play.
Looks like some kind of funky wing tee to me. A double wing. It's kind of not consistent with the way we run it back in Kentucky.
Right. It's working right now, though,
It
for this
is.
Indiana offense. And here they go back out to it. Now Twins to the bottom side of the screen. Running backs to the left. Motion man to the top. It's going to be a
Giving it
handoff.
to Timmy.
That's Timmy Brown. Timmy, what do you got for us? A pickup. 3-4 on it maybe. Let's see where the spot is. It's on that far sideline. A little tough to see.
Right now, if I'm you, if I'm Indiana, I'm going to 44. Kid been killing the middle. It's right here. It's
Right.
perfect.
You go play action, you go right to
You
it.
go play action right to him.
And put it over the middle. That one
Quick
safety
play
is
action,
playing tight to the line. We're finding
Just to stall him a little bit.
Pat Hobbs is the safety on the field, I believe, for Kentucky. A fumbled snap. Wessel picks it up, rolls out to his right, throws it on the run. Pass complete, outstretched, diving effort, but not able to haul it in. That's Van Robinson.
Yeah, that's Montana Reynolds. Guy had that pick earlier with the defensive coverage right there. Good job. Nice way to blanket the receiver.
So that's going to be third down, goal to goal. 1:45 clock continues to tick. It's been Kentucky all the way in this one. Let's see if it'll stay that way or if this Indiana offense has something to say.
Looks like they got the strong left going. Quarterback
Wessel
kick.
drops back and
Whoa!
steps up, and I think he
Looks like he was going to run a little bit, but he was looking for a receiver as well. Number 3, Van Robinson.
and Coach, I'm not convinced. I think he might have been tripped up by his offensive lineman. It looked like number 64, Alvaro Daniel Pantoja, was trying to pancake his man in the backfield, and then next thing I know, Wessel's in the air and trips over him. Oh man, 4th and goal to go. Ball now at the 10.
Let's see what they got.
This could be the last play for Indiana.
Oh, got a
Wessel
spin going,
spins out of it, throws it. Oh,
No way, no, sir. Number 11. Is that 11 on that
that
stop?
was
Number 11.
Maxwell Burns
Burns
for
has played
Kentucky.
a great defensive game. We've called his name several times, and times we hadn't called his name. I saw him busting up and making plays, assisting with tackles.
They're providing pressure even when he's not making
Yes,
tackles.
sir.
And so Kentucky doesn't even have to run a play here, but going to go to the line. Anyways, not even lined up in Victory O, so I bet they'll just let it run down. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what we got. No,
Nope.
they gave it. Ever given it up?
Handoff, flag.
Offside.
Stops it at 7-8.
Wow.
Love to see some sportsmanship right there as
Yeah.
number 20, Giles Lucas, trots off the field, and the DB for Indiana, number 32,
That's gonna be
Maximus
the
Willis.
game.
Keeps him a little 5. And you're right, that's it. So victorious and final, Kentucky, 6th grade, takes it over Indiana, 28-0.
Goose egg.
And we'll move on to play Ohio tomorrow right here at Noblesville High School. That game at 9 a.m. A winner with a chance to go to one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in the country
Naples, Florida.
for the FBU National Championships. Who do you like, Coach? You've seen both teams. Who do you like tomorrow?
I tell you this. It's hard because of competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because of competition. The way this Kentucky team played with flaws, and it's not biased, it's just looking at it as a football coach. This
Right.
Kentucky team looks like they have the edge,
Yeah,
but you never know. You
do never know.
You know, just because you play well against this squad doesn't mean you can play well against another squad.
That's
So,
exactly right. And on
just
this
depends.
national level, one day you're the man, the next day it's a different mood altogether because
Yeah.
you just never know when in all-star type play. Let's get a quick scoring recap, and then we'll send you on your way. Kentucky put up 28 points in that one. Got it going on the second play on offense. Number 5, Braylon Bats-Hobbs breaks off a huge 60-plus yard touchdown carry. Kentucky not able to get that PAT on the 2-point conversion there, but then gets the squib kick on the kickoff and then sends the defense out on the first play. Put pressure on that quarterback in Wessel. The Indiana quarterback felt pressure all day long, but Kentucky, number 8, Peyton Moncrief, able to scoop and score, big fumble recovery. That one good for about 50 yards. It seems that every time Kentucky scored today was 45, 50, 60 plus.
That's big.
And then that offensive fumble recovery for Giles Lucas. We were talking about it. Lucas had faced 2 crucial holding penalties.
When we're talking about it, we also was talking about those gloves. Maybe that
right,
kind of
I forgot about that. Had the white gloves on those black Indiana uniforms.
Looking at it, because a couple of those plays I didn't think was really, but I mean, from the ref's vantage point, might have looked as if so.
But instead of dropping his head, he picks up the dropped football, and Giles Lucas able to advance the offensive fumble to the end zone. Kentucky unable to score on that PAT. And so that put them up 20-0 going into the second quarter. And then not much to it for offense for Kentucky, but Montana Reynolds on the defensive side of the ball able to take an interception with about a minute left to go in the half. So that kind of, swallowed up a little bit of the momentum that Indiana had built going into the break. And then coming out of it, Kentucky, again, doing it on defense, 308, another fumble recovery. I wasn't able to get the man who picked it up there for the boys in blue. And then on a 4th down, Bats-Hobbs, 4th down and long. We thought he might even punt. And breaks it loose. The longest play from scrimmage on the day. I marked it down at 65 plus.
Nah, Coach, that was a little bit more. I think he took it from around the 15.
I was going to say, I think that was a general give to him, but
that was
longer.
At least the 80 one. Yeah, that was 80.
But a big play, and Kentucky's already got it in the bag at that point. And you don't even really, that play is not going to be the dagger, but almost showing like, hey, we've got a lot in our arsenal here, and doing so with a guy that starts and ends the game with a touchdown. That's bookends, Coach.
Yeah, that's it.
Big for that Kentucky offense.
But something to say about that, those 2-point conversions that they miss. Kentucky actually has to get that going.
Right. So a lot still to work on. And again, we talk about it. On this national level, you're playing teams, you don't know much about them. It's hard to find game film on them. Sometimes you're looking into the middle school ball. But we're going to wrap it up here. Again, we'll say Kentucky and Ohio will play tomorrow at 9 a.m. In the 6th grade regional championship. And then you've got Mocan and Indiana in the Consolation again at 9. That one going to take place at Beaverfield just down the road. Coach, your final thoughts?
Bring the same energy, enthusiasm you did today. Today's over with. You got to come with it tomorrow.
I like it. Coach, I'm hungry. I miss breakfast. That's all I've got. We've got a lot more football left today.
Yes, we do.
All right, so we're going to sign off for this one. Kentucky takes it over Indiana. You've been listening to the FBU National Championship Central Regional Semifinal.
Go Big Blue.